How you doing?
What's up? On location here at the House of what?
L.
L, of course. The House of L here. We're going to be checking it out with the Kryptonian man here. But first things first, let's go ahead and talk about the big news.
Yeah.
The big news that just broke a couple hours ago here. Jeff Johns will co-run DC films for Warner Brothers after Batman v Superman Backlash. Thoughts on it?
I think it's a potentially good idea. One, because he has a very good in onto what fans are looking for.
I think so, yeah.
Not just from the writing standpoint, but as a fan himself. So, you know, having an exec and having someone who's really into the books and the fandom and things, I think it's a good way to balance things out.
I think so.
Or I'm hoping.
Yeah. I think it's a nice way to kind of try to win the fans back in terms of the fandom and getting the fans excited about future DC projects, the Justice League coming up. I don't know if it does much for the critics and the people, the general audience, who's still gonna look at the next DC movie and be like, oh, is this from the same company that made Batman v Superman or whatever that might have. I still think that having Snyder's name attached to a Justice League project is a very risky move, if not a financial suicide for going into 2 years from now with Justice League.
Well, I will say this for fans, for people who aren't fans of Zack Snyder, I can understand their critique and things because you know every director is going to have their pros and cons. It comes with being in the business. But on the opposite side, looking at it like this, okay, he's going to be directing it. He's not a bad director. He's actually quite good. They may not like his style, or they're not sure of what style he'll choose for this next movie because of Batman Superman. But in the opposite direction, changing some of the cogs in the wheel, so to speak,
at this point
will also help mold what's coming out from here on.
Well, hopefully it will be for the best. I mean, one thing's for sure, Jeff Johns is popular within just he was very responsible for bringing DC into the television world. That's been very popular. I just got this in the mail here, the Blu-ray version of The Flash Season 1. 3 hours of bonus content, some good stuff. Very much cheaper in the States than if I bought it here in Japan, which I was planning to do. It was going to be $60. It was like $60, and I was just like, $60. I was like, fuck it, I don't need Japanese subtitles that much, so let's rips this open. You're unboxing before
and I'm like this. If I'm gonna pay $50-$60 for a Blu-ray, I want it to be some type of collector's box set or director, something like that. I want it to be worth the money I'm spending.
I want the disc to run to me if I'm gonna pay that much for like the Flash.
Nice.
Have you ever tried this ultraviolet thing? Do you know what?
Yeah. So basically, that's just downloadable content. Is basically letting your device know that, hey, I've made this purchase using this code or whatever. So, you know, if you don't have the Blu-ray on you, but you still want to enjoy the feature, you can actually watch on other devices.
Okay.
It's
it's really heavy actually, and I almost gave away my code last time I did an unboxing, but
let me see.
You go, like that. Okay. Yeah, this I do want to watch. Yeah, wow, look at that. So we have.
How many discs is it?
2, 1,
3,
2, 4 discs. God damn! I wonder how many episodes are on each.
So what is that? 3 discs of television, and then 1 disc of
gags or probably behind the scenes. I am kind of curious. One of the main things I wanted to know was how they just created his running effect, so to speak, like from point to finish, how they film it. Does he just take off running sometimes, or
kind of like in the old Power Ranger series where they'll have the person fight, and right before they land, the actor will come in and do the landing or the
exactly. It's
like a cutscene.
So it seems. Oh wow! I completely forgot that Flash and Arrow is on here as well.
What?
Yeah, Flash versus Arrow.
How you forget that? That's like one of the best parts of the show.
Of the first season, I know, but I just completely forgot.
Oh, I loved it because that was when they were like, "Hey, look, we have this crossover. We introduced Barry Allen's character in the Arrow TV series, and then having it basically bringing it forward by having 2, if not 3, crossovers during the first
No,
season.
it was great. It was great. It opened up to a lot of stuff.
Spoiler for those who haven't seen it, I love the ending when they got him. You got Flash, Arrow, and Firestorm all in the same episode. Awesome.
But also for season 2, though.
Awesome.
Season 2. And if I guess if they were watching this episode, they probably wouldn't be spoiled by this point. All right, guys. So basically, just so you guys know, if you're interested in getting this, the special features are behind the story. Yeah, the Trickster returns, the fastest man alive, creating the blur. Okay, the video effects of the Flash, screen test, the chemistry of Grant and Emily, and the Comic-Con night 2014. Presenting Gotham, The Flash, Constantine, and Arrow, pilot commentary, deleted scenes, and gag reel. So check it out. So there you go.
Wait. What was the last one? Comic-Con night?
Comic-Con, DC Comics night at Comic-Con 2014.
I was there.
You were there?
I was there watching.
I guess we're gonna. It's a good thing we got Blu-ray because we're gonna have to look really closely.
Where is he?
Really cool. All right, guys.
Man, this is awesome.
Your latest reaction to the latest episode of The Flash starts now. Oh shit.
I was gonna say the green one.
Damn! I didn't know Storm. Okay. Wow!
What? And
This
you
shit
went
went
Hawkgirl.
crazy already.
Our own power to fight back.
Do you think?
Wally begins? I don't know.
This is our Earth.
You don't know that. You don't know what he is capable of.
I know from being in the Speed Force that the universe is with us, not so. And if the universe is with us, how could we possibly lose? Right, guys?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Been through a lot.
Well done.
Oh, I like how Mercury Labs, the logo, kind of looked like the old DC logo. Now old, yeah. Oh, shit. I know what this is.
Yeah, I know.
You will.
No! Really? That gave me chills.
Let's go.
Birds of Prey.
Hey, are you okay?
Nah, that's pretty cool. Wow.
Go Flash.
Thank you, Mr. Allen.
What?
I'm not stupid.
Now? No. Yeah, there are a few more things that we could catch you up on, Dr.
Okay.
He hit it with a dog collar.
Not just, it's gonna be like, Wally, what the hell are you doing out here?
Wally? What the hell were you doing?
Seriously?
That guy just
Did you write this
people, so I
episode?
had to go.
You could have got yourself killed.
Verbatim.
I'm not just gonna let these guys get away with this. I have to do something.
Wally, these are...
So what do you think is probably kicking?
I'm starting to bank on by the end of this season it's gonna happen. Because they're playing this up a lot.
No.
Holy shit. That shit got me.
Awesome.
All right. Is everybody cool here? Should be a piece of cake, right?
I'm like this. I'm glad that he's.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
What, did you see the future in there?
Not this time. No, when I was
Not this time.
shown in the Speed Force, it didn't. I'm just not afraid anymore.
Good.
Great.
Nothing to me.
I let that building tumble without a second thought, but you'll never let that happen, will you? That's why I'm gonna beat you, Barry. Because you always have to be the hero.
That is a good point, though, in terms of the Flash show in general. Like,
We
that
can't
often
let someone
happens a
destroy
lot.
another building,
Create some vibrational tech that could take down the Earth 2 minutes.
basically.
I like it.
Me too.
I'll help.
Why is Barry like the smartest one in the room now at this point?
Because instead of giving into his fears, he's actually using his mind in a different way. He's been holding himself back a lot because he's been, well, what if this, what if that? He's actually quite intelligent. It's just...
I agree, yeah.
So would this be the equivalent of Arrow's flashbacks?
Holy shit.
Dead bird.
Armageddon, okay.
You, Barry, you can't just go Mach 50.
Mach 50 isn't a real thing.
Point is,
It would have been funny if he said Mach 52.
You gotta keep him safe.
Look, well, you need to be doing more.
You gotta shake his hand and that's when he gets the power. I'm not saying.
Seriously?
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Where's Laurel?
You know her doppelganger.
We didn't just know her. We loved her.
So...
I saw the preview. I saw the preview.
Oh, means what? You're next, Fred.
Source of Flash, you weren't fast enough to move out the way.
God, you should have just sent me, because that way you would have already been.
Oh! Fuck!
Nice.
You're welcome.
This is fake road he's driving on.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
That was uber cheese.
More than luck on our side, Joe.
Now Iris is gonna talk to him. Like everybody has to try to bring him down. Here we go. She's already a better Black Canary, you know that the Arrow show.
Why should you have all the fun?
Didn't he die? Hold on, that's a pause. Didn't he die?
He might.
That's why his brother came over
You're right.
a couple episodes ago. So
Right.
why is he... Wait. Caitlin and Cisco are playing like those two characters.
Try it and I'll shatter your entire nervous system without breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You
Yeah.
can take on Zoom.
That's kind of cool. They're gonna try and save her from going night night.
Alright. I'm baffled by it.
Zoom's from Earth 3.
Are we ready? Yes, we are.
Oh,
The
interesting.
one in the mask is from Earth 2.
Interesting theory.
We
Go. All right, Dark Knight. That's cool.
That is cool.
If there's anything you can do,
Finally.
Hey!
Finally.
I don't know.
it's working.
Wow! Wow! Oh, fuck!
Bring them all in.
Copy that. I'm on cleanup.
Wow, that was pretty cool.
What's that? I can't hear you through the double pane soundproof glass. It's kind of hard to make out what you're saying.
No. But I think I'm gonna be.
I don't really like this
Yeah,
spinning thing. Oh, they've been doing this episode. It's
You
like,
don't, you don't like the running around?
yeah.
First time I felt
It was okay
normal
with the Kevin
in a
Smith
long
episode,
time.
but this is making me dizzy.
We're supposed to think we're something we're not until we become that thing. That's the path that Wally's on.
I was, training him to
I'm
be a
not gonna
cop.
stop him from being the hero
Or
that
firefighter.
he's gonna become.
I can't wait till you have kids and they torture you.
Alright, Gramps.
Nice.
What?
My grandkids gonna call me Papa.
That's what we call it around folks.
Oh, really?
That, yeah.
Is that a pow pow?
Right now.
Oh, I appreciate it, Iris. Thank you.
God damn it.
Hi, Tina.
Hello, Henry.
Jesse.
He's like, bitch, get up.
So I guess you are invincible.
Told you. The Speed Force is with us.
Right?
Something,
Foreshadow heavy?
yeah.
Feeling extra.
That Star Wars reference.
What do you say? You and I.
Damn.
Give this a shot.
Okay, now he's getting too cocky.
Yeah, I would
He's
like
getting
that.
too comfortable. Yeah, so Zoom's gonna come and kill her? Because that'll really make me stop watching.
Wally gonna hit that in a flash? Quick!
That's my kind. Tell me I didn't just survive the future. Please tell me I did not just see the end of the world.
Tell you something bad was about to happen.
My story continues, Flash.
Henry! Oh my god.
Ah, he figured it out finally.
Yeah.
Wait, what the fuck's going on?
Dad? It's poetic, returning to your childhood home.
Yeah, he's about to kill him.
Jay, don't do this. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Take me. Kill me. No!
You still won't believe me that you and I are the same. Barry, look at me, son. Look at me. So I'm gonna have to make you believe me.
Whatever happens, you have made me the happiest father. Dad?
This time, you're gonna watch your parent die just like I did.
No.
This is what's gonna make you just like me.
Your mother and I love you.
Right, move your head.
Okay. Alright, so given I already had the feeling something horrible was going to happen, and the way the CWDC television universe is going, it's like everything's taking a super dark turn on every show possible. Like
Really?
they're cracking as many foundations as possible. They've done that on Vampire Diaries. They've done it on the originals. Literally, it just seems like it's a cycle arrow. What happened? Tens of thousands of people died.
Right.
Spoiler. And saying this, well, what are the... Think of 3 people that if something immensely horrible happened would basically break Barry. Who are they?
Right, the father, Joe, or Iris. Yeah.
Joe and Iris, they have to keep there because they're mainstays. His father could go either way. This happening means a couple things. One, it's either going to break Barry and make him like Zoom, or it's going to make him go back in time to stop it. Since he has that ability. And now he has more control over that ability.
Are you surprised that they went this route?
Nope.
Was it shocking?
Nope.
No.
Oh, no. It was shocking that they went ahead and went through it. But I wasn't shocked that they chose that route. I wish they didn't.
Right.
But I'm
not shocked. I just feel sad.
I feel sad because it's like having him there was nice and it brought things together.
Right. But it made him kind of lame.
Choose between 2 fathers, so to speak.
Right.
So one has to go.
I see.
From a writing standpoint. I'm like this. Keep him on and have him as the resident doctor, like he's been doing.
Right.
So what's wrong with having him there? Team getting too big? No. That's great. Because then when you have your episodes after that, every episode doesn't have to focus around Barry. It can focus around the other team members. Perfect. But this, like... What? Why?
Right.
Overkill. Literally.
I can't... yeah.
It's like they didn't... For me, I'm like this. They did not have to... I understand why, or I think I understand why they did that, but they didn't have to do that. Taking both of his birth... Really? You don't need to go through that. You don't do shock and awe, but you don't need to kill his father off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the exact same thing happened to his mom. Which is the reason why his father was in prison. He was being blamed for his mother's murder.
What I will say is that I think this angle at least helps serve Jay's purpose more, or Hunter Zolomon's purpose. The whole thing about we're one and the same, like that helps serve his purpose a little bit more. But in terms of
the same as what Reverse Flash was saying.
Right. What was Reverse Flash?
Basically saying
he'll
the
never
same
be
thing.
happy.
Never be happy, but we're the same. But until you learn to become faster and get better, you're not at my level.
But that's, I don't know. I think it's helping serve Jay's purpose as a villain, but I don't know. With what we saw earlier already with Hunter Zolomon's purpose, with what we saw earlier already with Hunter Zolomon killing his time remnant version of Jay, we kind of already had that like shock of a death of a character, like an important character. I don't know. For some reason, I didn't feel anything with this one.
Oh, I felt it. I felt a lot of foreshadow.
Right.
I felt the episode was heavy in foreshadow.
Right.
He does this to his father. And Earth 2 is practically shattering at its core. So now what? Basically, he's holding his father's heart, or potentially holding his father's heart. It's like, look, you have a chance to save your father or save the people of Earth 2. Pick. Really? That's a.
Why do you think Earth 2 is shattering now at this point?
Because he's ruptured its core, and that
Okay.
and or he's found a way to try and tap into the Speed Force, and he's using negative energy from the Speed Force. I guess for TV purposes, I guess that's a way they could say it. Otherwise, I was kind of surprised. He's basically tired, because he's basically said he's basically exhausted all the resources and what he wants out of Earth 2. That's why he came over here. So
he sucked it.
So he's basically done Krypton on it.
I was surprised Zoom could move in between dimensions like that. I wasn't. Has he always? I thought they trapped him.
They stopped him from doing it before, but since he also has Barry's power,
now
it amplified his. So he's able to control it and do it.
I see.
That's why he's able to go back and forth, and that's why he was able to let other metahumans over. My thing is, okay, Barry's chasing him. This entire time for dialogue, why don't you just use the speed and get your dad out the way? I know it doesn't serve the shock and awe purpose, but I'm like, why not just do that?
I was actually more surprised, if I had wrote that scene, like you're saying, I would have done the entire thing in slow motion instead.
Right. It would have been more.
It would have been at that dinner, right at that dinner table, or they could have done it at the house. They just to do a slow motion, and you say, you see Henry Allen speaking in slow motion. Whatever happens, we still love, and then and you see him rushing in slow motion.
But that's almost the same thing that happened with Jay. Because remember when they were trying to close the portals, Jay's standing there and he's talking, and then you see that hand come through, and he gets yanked in slow motion.
Right.
That's fine. But in this case, I don't disagree with you. My only thing is, doing that, everybody sees it. Wouldn't that be more expected?
Well, because of my thing in that sort of style, it would have shown maybe there's at least some form of a chance that he was going to save him. You're drawing it out a little bit more, but there's this a little bit of hope that it's Barry, whatever happens, we still love you, and it goes back into regular speed, where you're kind of brought into this shock and awe. From what I watched in this scene, I knew it was going to happen. And it kind of looked a little corny, and so I'm gonna have to go back and look at the replay, but I didn't feel jaw-dropping shocked. I was just so they're going this way, like that. That's the way for me. It wasn't shocking that it was gonna happen because they spent most of the episode building up a grim foreshadowing. Both of us sort of felt it. And Cisco was even vibing off of something bad happening. Everything was it reminded me a lot about the beginning of the season 3 of Arrow, I believe. I think it was season 3 or season 4 where everything was like, they called it the calm, and everything was all nice, everything was so happy, and it's just like, so all this good shit's going on, something bad's gonna happen, and then we saw what happened with Sarah.
Right.
So the same thing with this episode. The same thing with this episode. Both of us are like, God damn. At first we were like, okay, Barry's getting confident. He's getting to. And then right when he said that shit about Iris, I'm like, okay, this is too much. Now.
Right.
That something's gonna have to bring him.
It's the same thing that happens in almost every movie where the guy says, "I promise I'll be back," or like you don't hear him say "I love you" throughout the whole movie. And that one time he says "I love you," he's done.
True.
You know, the moral compass of the moral compass character that's in The Walking Dead. You know they're gonna die.
Here's an interesting thought, though. Instead of Henry Allen, would have the story progressed better, or will the story would have been more shocking if it was Joe?
It would have been more shocking for everybody.
Yeah.
I would probably stop watching.
I'm
it'd
just
be that
saying,
kind of shock, because it'd be the kind of shock that's like
Wally would have gone on its vengeance trip. Everybody, Iris would have. It would have affected a lot more than just Barry.
But that's something that would, if you're gonna go that route, you have to give Wally and Jesse their powers first, because that would serve a purpose for Wally going on his vengeance trip.
Right.
Because as a regular human, he's like, I'm going to stop him. With what?
Well, no, but not just that. No,
You know
but
I mean?
it would have been my idea is that it would have been the emotional kind of like how the mutants get their powers right at their most emotional peak when they're teenagers. So it would have been the emotional peak for Wally to just try and take on Zoom or whatever.
Well, I will say that for him, seeing Barry leave, like disappear at that time,
that's something else.
Could have helped, because him disappearing like that, he can feel in the really negative direction. He can feel betrayed by not just Barry, but by his sister, by his Joe, and then everyone else. It's like, all of you knew and you didn't tell me. Right. Like, what the...
Well, I am glad that angle is finally over, because it was getting a little too ridiculous. How many times...
It could actually go in that direction.
He gets mad.
From here.
Right.
Because like, why didn't you trust in me enough to tell me? I thought I was family. Now you're taking Barry over me.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Then, this situation activates his power, or
Barry's
something does, and then they end up...
And the interesting thing about this is that Barry isn't going to be in the mood anymore for pep talking anybody. Like, this is true. We are going to see some stuff with Barry to see how he develops, like how he handles this situation. Like,
I think Barry's going to end up going somewhat darker, and in his absence is why Jesse and or Wally are going to have to step up.
Seeing how this has played out so far now with the fate of Henry Allen, do you feel like the Henry Allen Zoom theory would have still played out better?
To a point, because it feels like it's been done twice for me.
True.
I'm not against it, but it does feel like it was like this was a 2.5 version, or 2.1.
If it was Henry Allen ended up being Zoom. Oh.
Yeah. Like if Henry Allen was Zoom, I would have liked that more, just because that would have played so well.
With Barry, that's what I felt.
That would have more of the emotional tie, not just for the character, but for the viewer.
Right.
Because then you feel torn between two dads.
But though I will say at the same time, now as more episodes have gone by, I am kind of digging this Hunter Zolomon character.
I am, but it's time for his neck to get snapped.
All right, let's get in.
The same thing that happens with Reverse Flash in the comic books. That's how he gets killed. It's time to go ahead and bring that homage.
Let's go into the question of the video.
Yes.
So, guys, we have finally seen the fate of Henry Allen. So we have seen, and nothing is certain, especially when it comes to comic books. But for the most, I think, considerable part, we can assume that Henry Allen is dead, has been murdered by Hunter Zolomon.
I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
What did you think of the Black Canary?
I did like, I know we completely forgot. I actually thought they played she was a better Black Canary on the Flash than the Arrow. I don't know what it is about the Arrow characters end up being better on the Flash when I see it.
Really?
Oh yeah. Every time I see them guest star, even Captain Lance.
Yeah.
When he was for a minute on the Flash for the crossover, I'm like, damn, he actually comes out better on this show for some reason. I don't know. I just got so tired of the Arrow, the writing, the Felicity, whatever. I like the way they used her. I like the way I'm glad they didn't kill her off. So that means that she can use her again. Yeah. I hope they can actually redeem her a bit or something and kind of use her a little bit more. That would be great.
It would be great.
That would be great if
I want Earth One
back.
Back. Yeah.
I wasn't. Her death.
Didn't feel finite.
I didn't actually watch the episode. I just heard from it. Dude, I gave up on Arrow long ago.
Okay, for your fans' sake, for my sake, please watch that episode and then review it. See, I've officially asked, now he has to. But there's a reason I'm saying that, because the way you look at TV shows, the way you pick them apart, there's specific conversation and plot points that happen in that episode that may actually
here's some more
what you're thinking.
All right, here's a real question. Do I need to go through all the other goddamn episodes before then?
No.
Because I tried. No. I tried keeping, even without doing reactions, I tried watching Arrow, and I was just like,
this most recent season.
I can't get through this. Yes, I couldn't get through it. I was just like, why am I watching an episode about Felicity's having having visions of her old self? I was like, dude, it's not even Arrow in name anymore. So I just stopped watching.
I would say watch that episode and maybe one or two after if you want to continue watching.
Okay, I'll see what I can.
Because there's some dark twists and things that happen with a lot of the characters. So,
all right.
And the question of the video.
Question of the video is, how did you take Henry Allen's death? Okay.
Or potential death.
Potential death. What do you think about it? What do you think about it? Do you think this was a good move by the show? Do you think it really pushes the show more? Do you think this was kind of a giveaway or sort of a scapegoat type of death just to have a death in the show because they didn't have anything to do for the Henry Allen character or so? Was there too many good things going on right now in Barry Allen's life? What do you think about that?
And what if the guy in the mask on Earth 2 is the Earth 2 Henry Allen?
I'm still wondering about that as well. That might be an issue there.
Yeah, and I could see why they'd be like, all right, kill the Earth 1 version.
Or maybe the Henry Allen father that we saw got killed was the Earth 2 one that just happened to be a nice person and wanted to spend time with his son or whatever like that. And then the Earth 1 Henry Allen is the man in the Iron Mask or so. Possibly.
That's an interesting
I'm just saying because there's just one thing.
So basically he swaps their fathers out.
Right.
During the time Barry's basically running around town doing everything else no one knows. And the Earth 2, Henry Allen is basically spending time with him because he never got the chance to get with his own son.
Correct.
That's deep.
It's very possible. It's not even just
interesting writing.
It'd be interesting, and then on top of that, the whole thing about my mother's maiden name was Garrick. In the
you got that too, right?
Yeah. So I think there's more to this Henry Allen thing that we're seeing right now, but you guys, Red Nation, stand up, speak up. Let me know what you guys think about this situation. We're gonna have to see about this Laurel Lance death as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy the first season. I still think so far the first season was the most solid because they had actually that's not true because the first half of this season was kind of like Freak of the Week type episodes. Right. It's just that the overall memory. You're right. The overall memory of this felt better, but I'm still enjoying the season so far.
I like both. I like both because they have very similar feels and textures to it, and then they're also very different.
All right. Okay, guys, we're out. Catch you next time. See you next week.
Later.
And I'll be back in a flash. I actually say that, yeah.
Cisco, in many ways, you've shown me what it's like to have a son.
Fuck, that's scary.
Yep, that's the one. There you go.